The World Cup just keeps getting better and better. More excitement on this, your Matchday 17 review. We had the goals and excitement yesterday of France versus Argentina and Uruguay versus Portugal. Today, there was less goals to talk about, but it wasn't short of excitement. Both games went to penalties, and of course, there's only one winner in the end. Spain versus Russia was the most recent shock result in this shock of World Cups. From Argentina scraping through and then getting knocked out at the last 16 stage, Germany failing to get out of their group for the first time in their history, Spain, the winners from 2010, European Cup winners of 2008 and 2012, knocked out on penalties by the host Russia. Spain took the lead courtesy of an own goal. Free kick came in, Ramos was tussling and jostling, and there was a bit of pulling with Cheryshev at the back post, came off Cherysev's leg, past Igor Akinfeev, 1-0 to Spain. And as we expect, Spain dominated possession and they dominated throughout the match. But just before half time, Gerard Piqué inexplicably raised his arm in the area, not once but twice in the same action, gave away a penalty. Zuba steps up, sends David De Gea the wrong way, 1-1. That's how it was at half time, and that's how it ended after extra time. Igor Akinfeev, however, saved 2 penalties, one from Koke and the final decisive penalty from Igor Aspas. Spain out at the last 16 stage. Now this is not what we expected, not what I expected anyway, and I think even most Russian fans weren't expecting to get this far once they knew that they drew Spain in the last 16. Getting out of the group from all intents and purposes was already an achievement. A lot of people had written off Russia because of their form going into the tournament. They were going through managers quicker than I go through shirts on a sunny day. I couldn't believe it. 3 managers within the last year, but it seems like this one is working and they're through to their quarterfinal. In the other last 16 tie, Croatia played Denmark. Now, pretty much all the action, happened in the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of this match. Denmark took the lead in the first minute of the match through Jorgensen, and that was equalised in the 4th minute by Mario Mandzukic. And that was it. Nothing else. The game, pretty much, I could easily have fallen asleep at some point. It was a boring game. Croatia dominated the first, I'll say the first half. Denmark was struggling, just about staying in the game, staying level. Then the second half, quick tactical tweak from the Denmark manager, and the game just bored out into a draw. That's what literally happened. Not much excitement, a lot of passing and wayward passing at that from the likes of Modric, Eriksen, players who we expect to light up a tournament, players that we expect to light up a match and do slightly better. I was questioning whether or not Croatia specifically, had they peaked. They won their first 3 group games, they won it in impressive fashion, but this game looked like it was just getting away from them. They ran out of ideas, they didn't know how to break down a very strong Denmark attack. And when they did get past Denmark, Kasper Schmeichel was there to thwart them. But in the last 5 minutes, of extra time, a penalty was awarded. Modric stepped up, chanced to win it, send his country into the quarterfinals. They got the tag of dark horses, and it's about time this generation, which really is probably their final tournament together, stepped up and played to that tag of dark horses. He stepped up and it was a poor penalty. Poor penalty. Kasper Schmeichel dived the right way, but it was such a poor penalty that he didn't have to parry it away. He literally just gathered it into his body as he dived to his left. There was no power. There was a lack of direction. There was just no oomph. I don't know. It's inexplicable because he's a man, Modric, who you label as cool and calm, composed under pressure. It doesn't really get to him. But it seemed like the weight of the occasion, the mammoth task in front of him, it just seemed to get all on top of him and resulted in such a poor strike from someone who does strike the ball very cleanly. Into penalties, and Kasper Schmeichel must have felt like on top of the world at that moment. He'd already saved the penalty just going into the shootout. He felt like nothing could get past him. And as it showed, he saved the first penalty. But Subasic in the Croatia goal was equal to everything as well. He saved his first penalty. And it went back and forth, a score, a miss, a score, a miss. And up stepped Nikolaj Jorgensen, fifth, and what proved to be the final penalty for Denmark was saved, and Croatia through to the quarterfinals. A quarterfinal where they will face Spain's victors, Russia. A game that prior to, you could say, what's happened in this tournament, one that Croatia would have felt comfortable of winning. No problems, deal with Russia any day of the week. But this tournament has thrown us so many surprises. You cannot take anybody lightly. And I'm not saying my money's on Russia, but can you bet against them? They've got the whole nation behind them. Tens of thousands of fans cheering them on every single game. And the players, they're meeting those expectations. They won their first two group games in spectacular fashion. Granted, they lost their last one against Uruguay, a game they didn't have to win, they were already through. It meant they finished second and they played Spain. But if they can beat Spain, why can't they beat Croatia? Why can't they get to the final? Why can't they win it? This World Cup is throwing us so much talk, so much excitement, so much unpredictability that, you know what? I don't put anything past them. That's it from me with your Match Day 17 World Cup review. Make sure you comment below. Let me know, where did it go wrong for Spain? And how far can Russia and Croatia go?